Hello, good morning and welcome. It's Friday the 13th, and the big news today we have the Consumer Price Index for America. This is at 13:30 GMT, and also core retail sales, both of which I think ought to be fairly decent figures. So, I am looking for a little bit of strength in the dollar today. Uh, AUD USD we'll start off with. We've had a pullback the last 4 days, and we've got the RSI climbing up towards the 50 on the chart there, and I've put a trend line up. So we're waiting for this to come back down and cut through the trend line. Uh, really, these work better when they cut through towards the 70, as we see here and here. Um, but hopefully this will help a little bit today. But I am seeing a bit of strength for the dollar perhaps this afternoon. The same on the pound. We've got a commercial short ratio of 1.7 to 1, which isn't that big, but it is compared to where it's been over the last 12 months. So we've got the trend line up. The RSI is at 54.1. It's quite a bit of strength, it's actually weakness in the dollar there. So I'm expecting this to turn back down and cut through the RSI. USD CAD. I look at this as a fairly good buy position. We've got a short ratio for the Canadian dollar of 3.7 to 1. And if it goes right just after lunch, I can see this turning up. We are above the 50 on the RSI, so we're at 52. This is really, this should be just sideways movement, and I'm expecting this to pull back up later today. Euro US dollar, we've had a bit of a pullback last 6 days. It's starting to turn around a little bit now. I've got knocked out of some quite decent trades for a pittance, but not a loss. So we're at 51.1 on the RSI, and I expect this, as I said before, to turn down a bit later on. USD JPY. We've been seeing a little bit of weakness in the dollar the last few days. In fact, it's about the last 10 working days. And maybe a little bit of strength in the yen. We've come down onto the 50. We're at about 52 at the moment. A little bit of good news this afternoon. Might see a bounce back up. So we'll be watching, see how that goes. New Zealand dollar, US dollar. We've obviously seen the weakness in the dollar come through in this chart. This is where we got out before at the red line. If we get a bit of strength in the dollar again today, I could have put a trend line up there, but I haven't. Commercial ratio of 2.3 to 1, which is weak. That is short for the New Zealand dollar. We'll see how it goes. Also, of course, we've got the commitment of traders tonight, which will give us some different ratios. We'll see how that's going. Silver. Well, weakness in the dollar, and obviously the silver price has bounced back up. I put my trend line up, and we're just starting to flat a little bit on the RSI, but it is morning, and the signal isn't there really until the candle closes at 10 o'clock tonight. But we'll see if we can't cut through the RSI today if we get a bit of strength in the dollar. Also, the oil price has shot up this morning. It's at 51.4, nearly 51.35. I've got my trend line up on this. We did this the other day, so we're just waiting to see it go up. This is resistance on the RSI at 65.9. We're at 62 at the moment, so we've got a little bit further to go, and hopefully then we'll come back down and cut the trend line and see a reversal short on this. It's just speculators that are keeping the price of the oil up. There is a glut of it out at the moment. They're even selling oil. I believe they haven't even got out the ground. So anyway, there you go. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see a good result at 13:30 this afternoon. Cheers. Bye now.